This is Myra Elaine on the Buying Space channel. I'm reading the story of Joseph and his life in Genesis. I'm in chapter 41, starting in verse 42. And Pharaoh took off his ring from his hand and put it upon Joseph's hand, and arrayed him in vestures of fine linen, and put a gold chain about his neck. He caused him to ride in a second chariot which he had, and he cried before him, Abrek, this, and thus be placed him over the land of Egypt. And Pharaoh said unto Joseph, I am Pharaoh, and without thee shall no man lift up his hand or his foot in all the land of Egypt. And Pharaoh called Joseph's name Zaph in Nath Pa Nelchik, and he gave him Asenath, the daughter of Potiphar, a priest of On, for wife. And Joseph went out over the land of Egypt. And Joseph was 30 years old when he stood before Pharaoh the king of Egypt. And Joseph went out from the presence of Pharaoh and went throughout the land of Egypt. And in 7 years of plenty the earth brought forth in heaps. And he gathered up all the food of the 7 years which were in the land of Egypt, and laid up the food in cities. The food of the field of the city which was round about it laid he up for the same. And Joseph heaped up corn as the sand of the sea, very much. He left off numbering, for it was without number. And unto Joseph were born 2 sons before the years of the famine came, who Asenath, the daughter of Potiphar, the priest of On, bore unto him. And Joseph called the name of the firstborn Manasseh, for God had made me forget all my toil and all my father's house. And he named the second child Ephraim, for God hath caused me to be fruitful in the land of my affliction. And the 7 years of plenty that was the land of Egypt were ended. And the 7 years of famine began to come, as Joseph had said, and there was famine in all the countries, but in all the land of Egypt there was bread. And when all the land of Egypt also felt hunger, the people cried to Pharaoh for bread. And Pharaoh said unto all Egyptians, Go unto Joseph, what he saith to you, do. And the famine was all over the face of the earth. And Joseph opened all the storehouses wherein corn was, and sold unto the Egyptians, for the famine grew strong in the land of Egypt. And people from all countries came into Egypt to buy corn of Joseph, because the famine was sore in all the countries. So that's the end of chapter 41. And Joseph, who was sold into slavery into Egypt, rose in power because of his relationship with God, and his spirituality, and his ability to interpret dreams, and to be a man of integrity and intelligence. And here he saved Egypt and many of the people in the surrounding countries from starvation and ruin, because he had faith. He believed in his God Yahweh, and he was blessed. All of you have a wonderful and blessed day.